was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. So out of their sight, so that cloud represents a spaceship, a chariot, what the world ignorantly called UFOs. Okay? Verse 10, while they looked steadfastly toward heaven, so they were looking up in the sky. While they looked steadfastly toward heaven and he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel. So those two men are angels, which also said, he men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahawashi, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall come in the like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. So the same way he was taken up, the same way he's coming back. We're going to jump right into it. So this is our Revelation chapter 1, verse 7. Now in Revelation chapter 1, verse 7, and it says, behold, he cometh with clouds. So those clouds represent those chariots, the UFOs, those spaceships, right? And every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all the kings of the earth shall will because of him, even so, amen. So how is that going to happen? These spaceships, he's coming back in a gigantic spaceship. The whole world going to see it, man. And you have other spaceships coming out for the huge chariot to exactly people with laser beams and to save the elect from the missiles. Because Yahawashi is coming back simultaneously, and the missiles being shot over here in the United States of America and different parts of the world. There's going to be a lot going on around that time frame, man. All praises Yahawashi, Yahawashi. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 27. It says, for as the lightning coming out of the east and shining even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So Yahawashi is going to start in the Middle East and make his way over here to the Western Hemisphere, man. Because in the Middle East, man, it's going to be the World War III taking place. So he has to stop right there and show himself exactly that great army that's going to gather over there into powder, into dust, into mist, and laser beams that's going to be coming out of those spaceships, man. Okay? Jumping down to verse 30 and 31. It says, then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. They shall see the Son of Man coming in clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Yeah, this thing is going to be very majestic with power and great glory. It's going to be blowing the ram's horn. It's going to be shooting laser beams. It's going to be a great sight to see, brothers. Alright? And he shall send his angels with a great sound of the trumpet, the ram's horn. They shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. So we got the elect scattered throughout the whole planet, man. So in the midst of you have different angels going to be gathering the elect. You have different angels, man. They're going to be shooting laser beams at these people, at the army. 2/3 of you people, you wicked, unrighteous souls out here. You're going to witness these things, and you're going to be scared out of your mind, and they're going to zap you with laser beams, man. So further expound on this, I'm going to go to Revelation chapter 12, verse 7 through 8. Okay, Revelation chapter 12. So it's going to be a prayerful sight unto you people, man, but it's going to be glorious unto the elect. Yahawashi, Yahawashi. So this is Revelation chapter 12, verse 7 through 8. And there was a war in heaven. So, hey man, see, Michael's coming back. Michael's gonna be the angels that's gonna be getting down, man, for Yahawashi, Yahawashi, man. It says there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. So the dragon represents this power structure here, which is dealing with the ancient Roman Empire being divided back again under the European Union, North Atlantic Treaty Organization in America. Okay, so in the midst of this, man, it's gonna be World War III taking place. All right, and the dragon fought with his angels. So the dragon represents Esau power structure. They're gonna use their technology, their fighter jets, and all different technological advances to try to take down Yahawashi and Michael and the archangel. All right, and prevailed not. and prevailed not, neither was there any place found any more in heaven. So this having dealing with their rulership. So when Yahawashi, Michael and the archangels come back, we're going to take Esau whole rulership down, man. But it's going to be a glorious sight, man. It's going to be glorious because they're going to try to put up a fight because the Heavenly Father is going to put in their mind to put up a fight. They're going to, send their private jets up there. They're going to be shooting their gun, whatever they have, because they got, a lot of technology as well. In the midst of that, they're going to release different newly created creatures. It's going to be a crazy sight to see, brothers. Okay? So why Michael has to come back and fight? Because that time is going to be a very distressful time for the nation of Israel as well. And the Most High is not slack concerning his promise, okay? It's Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble. Yeah, man, that's that martial law. Time of Jacob trouble, man. So people will be catching pure hell, okay? Such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time that people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. So I guess, giving you a quick breakdown, pursuant to Revelation 12, 7, and 8, is that war that's going to be taking place. And Michael has to stand up. So during that war that's going to take place, Michael and his angels, the rest of the angels, man, they're going to be fighting for us, man. In the midst of that, some of us going to have spiritual power. You see how that links up? So, we'll further expound this catastrophic event that's going to take place, going to 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. So this Ezra's visioning the same war that's going to be taking place in heaven, man. Okay? Which right here, our heaven. Because these spacecraft coming from the 4th dimension, coming to our dimension, man, they're going to do some crazy things, man. The spacecraft and the UFOs, they're like transformers, man. They're going to be able to manipulate the elements. They're going to be able to reappear, disappear. They're going to be able to expand. They're going to be able to shrink themselves. We're about to witness some glorious stuff, man. All right? And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heavens, deal with Yahawashi, Michael, and the archangels, man. All right? And with him, Salaki, and when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him. Because man, the people gonna be looking up, the army's gonna be looking up, gonna be like, now, like, what is going on? Losing their minds, people gonna be running, telling, oh my God, the aliens, and it's gonna be crazy, okay? And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth feel it when it feel it, the fire. So that fire is dealing with that laser beam coming out of those spaceships. Not only that, they can shoot lightning bolts, manipulate the elements, okay? And after this I beheld, and lo, there gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the 4 winds of heaven to subdue the man that came up out of the sea. The sea represents the heavens. Okay, so those a multitude of men are dealing with that war is going to be taking place down there in the Middle East. So I read earlier, he's going to start from the east and make his way over to the western hemisphere. And I beheld, and lo, he had graven himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. So that great mountain represents a gigantic spaceship, man. A gigantic spaceship, man. All right. But I would have seen the region or place wherewith the hill was graven, and I could not, because if you go live out here, live around mountains, look at a mountain, man, it's like it's never ending. You can't see where it begun, and you can't see where where it ended at, man. That's how huge this ship is going to be that Yahawashi is going to be on. Alright? And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, yet with durst fright. Alright? And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instruments of war. So Yahawashi is going to be in the ship, and all of a sudden the ship is going to open up. light, man, that makes the light when it come out and blast people into powder, man. Alright? Laser beams. Okay? Alright? And it says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, represents all the world armies, right? Because they're going to be shooting their guns at him, shooting their laser weapons, whatever they have, their futile weapons, all right? And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he not to lift up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, right? But only a sword that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, laser beams, not of his lips, a flaming breath. It's not dealing with his lips, his actual lips, dealing with the spacecraft opening up, and those laser beams coming out, man. All right, and out of his lips, a flaming breath, out of his tongue, cast out sparks and tempests, and they were all mixed together. The blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which were prepared to fight, and burned them up everyone, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and the smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So people going to get evaporated, man. A lot of laser beams when we coming out with the spaceships, the Yahawashi spacecraft. It could be magnificent sight to see, brothers, man. All praise to Yahawashi. All right, so closing out scripture, man. Wisdom of Psalms chapter 5 verses 15. But the righteous live forevermore. The reward is also with the Lord, and the care of them is with the Most High. Therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom. So this was about, man. Yahawashi coming back because their spiritual power is for our glorious kingdom. Okay? And the beautiful crown from the Lord's hand. So a lot of his brothers that make it, will have a crown upon our head. He's going to actually put an actual crown of gold upon your head. Okay? It says, therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom and a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand. With his right hand shall he cover them, and with his arm shall he protect them. Like those chariots, man, the spaceships. Michael the archangel fighting for us, man, and the rest of the angels. He shall take to him the jealousy for complete honor, make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies. So we, the Most High, will make us a weapon, all right, for the revenge for his enemies. So the brothers going to receive that spiritual power in the mix of this, man. He shall put on righteousness as a breastplate, true judgment of an helmet. He shall take holiness for his visible shield. His severe wrath shall he sharpen for a sword, and the world shall fight with him against the unwise. So the world right here dealing with the Israelites. Then shall the right aim in thunderbolts. Then shall the right aim in thunderbolts go abroad, coming out the spaceships, lightning coming out the spaceships as well. And from the clouds, that's the chariots right there, as from a well-drawn bow, they shall fly to the mark. And the hailstones, so the hailstones right here are the missiles. Alright? So simultaneously, Yahawashi angels coming back fighting for us, man. So beaming up the elect. It's crazy, man. The missiles will be coming down as well, man. And the hailstones full of wrath shall be cast as out of a stone bow, and the water of the sea shall rage against them, and the flood shall cruelly drown them. Alright? The flood is that fire, man. That's gonna be coming, man. From the nuclear warheads. Yea, a mighty wind shall stand up against them, and like a storm shall blow them away. Thus iniquity shall lay waste the whole earth, and ill dealing shall overthrow the thrones of the mighty. Call aloud, Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Rakatha Yahweh, Rakatha Yahawashi, Rakatha Yahweh, Rakatha Yahawashi. Double honor to apostles, elders of great Mosto, Kwam Yasharala, Wat Lababa, Shalom.